JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, driver of garbage truck that killed CLARKE schoolboy sentenced. The driver of the garbage truck that overturned killing CLARKE primary school student Benjamin Bear 4 years ago was sentenced to 1 year and 7 months for manslaughter. 55-year-old Alton Brooks was arrested and charged in 2019 after the 7-year-old boy was crushed to death on October 28 on the school grounds. Reports are that about 4:30 p.m., Benjamin was at school when the garbage truck that had been picking up trash hit a taxi and then overturned on the boy. It was reported that at the time of the incident, the truck was left unmanned and that it slid down a slope. The driver initially fled the scene. Prior to his sentencing, his lawyer David Vassell had declared to the judge that Brooks was a quiet man who has never been in any brushes with the law. He was in custody for 2 months, and during that time, every time I saw him, he was in tears. Not just because he was in jail. Even when he had turned himself in and they were describing what had happened, I watched him cry. Not because he's in trouble, but because the little boy had lost his life, the attorney said. Admitting that Benjamin was killed under very tragic circumstances, Vassell said, may we never have to live with the guilt that is being experienced by Mr. Brooks. He pointed out that Brooks had jumped into action when he saw the truck running away and had tried to get to the cab but fell. Describing his client as a quiet, hard-working, loyal and reliable worker, the attorney said Brooks was given a truck to operate that was not in perfect shape. Police seized guns and ammunition following fatal shooting in Kingston Western Division. Police in the Kingston Western Division seized 2 guns and 46 rounds of ammunition on Sunday during police military operations in the area, following reports of a fatal shooting on Lincoln Crescent, a community within the division. It is reported that about 2:30 p.m., 19-year-old Labour Shaim Williams, otherwise called Shears, was among a group of men sitting inside a yard having drinks. They were reportedly pounced upon by armed men who opened gunfire, hitting Williams and another man. They were assisted by residents to hospital, where Williams was pronounced dead and the other man admitted. Police said the injured man was shot in the left arm, chest and back. As a result, the police launched an operation within the division and went patrolling the area about 5:15 p.m. while a funeral was being held. A woman was seen walking along the roadway with a bag slung around her neck. Police said she was accosted at the intersection of DC Avenue and Chang Avenue in Tivoli Gardens, Kingston 12, where she was searched, and a Stuga Cougar pistol, along with 41 rounds of ammunition, were reportedly found inside the bag. She was subsequently arrested and is awaiting formal proceedings. In addition to this, a snap raid of her premises by members of the Kingston West and St. Catherine North Police Divisions on Lincoln Crescent between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. resulted in the seizure of a Taurus pistol with 5 9mm cartridges. It was reportedly found in a flower pot to the rear of the premises. No arrest was made in connection with the find, the police said. Third murder recorded in Betheltown Police Division since 2023. A man was shot dead by unknown assailants at his friend's house in Betheltown, Westmoreland on Saturday night. The deceased has been identified as 20-year-old Roger Pennant, otherwise called Ricey. Pennant is said to have been visiting from St. Anne. Reports from the Betheltown police are that about 9 p.m., Pennant was at a friend's house when armed men pounced upon him and opened gunfire, hitting him several times in the upper body. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Pennant was transported to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing. Pennant is the 3rd person to be murdered in the Betheltown Police Division since the start of the year. St. Elizabeth farmer chopped to death. Police have confirmed that a farmer was chopped to death in Ginger Ground District, close to Malvern in St. Elizabeth, on Monday morning. Sources say the man is from the community. Up to mid-morning, police were still on the scene where the body was found. This is the 2nd murder recorded in St. Elizabeth since the start of the year. Tivoli Gardens man charged in connection with infant daughter's death. The Kingston Western Police have charged the man in connection with the death of his 8-month-old child. Darren Whittick, a resident of Tivoli Gardens, has been charged with manslaughter and child neglect, arising from the December 19, 2022 death of his daughter. Investigators say 24-year-old Whittick was giving his daughter a bath when he left her unattended in the bathtub for several minutes. On his return, he found the infant motionless in the tub. The child was rushed to the Bustamante Hospital for Children, where she was pronounced dead. Whittick was charged after an autopsy revealed that the child died as a result of drowning. He is booked to appear in court to answer the charges. Cocaine seized at SANGSTER International Airport, employee arrested. Police assigned to the Narcotics Division seized 2.5 kilograms of cocaine and arrested an employee at the SANGSTER International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James, during an operation that was conducted on Sunday, January 29. Reports are that about 11:50 a.m., members of the Narcotics Division and Customs Contraband Enforcement Team were conducting operations at the airport when an employee was seen acting in a manner that arose their suspicion. The employee was subsequently accosted and searched, and 4 parcels containing cocaine were found in his possession. The man was arrested, however, his identity has been withheld pending further investigations. Man shot to death while trying to quell dispute, one in custody. A 53-year-old St. Catherine man is set to face several charges, including murder, after he allegedly shot and killed a man who tried to intervene in a dispute on Wednesday, January 18. Conron Johnson, otherwise called Con of Mount Russell District in Wharton, St. Catherine, has been charged with murder, assault of common law, possession of illegal firearm, possession of firearm with intent to injure, using a firearm to commit a felony, and possession of illegal ammunition. Reports are that about 3:40 a.m., the now deceased, Clayton Turner, intervened in a dispute between Johnson and his mother. He was reportedly shot dead by Johnson, who also pointed the firearm at the woman before fleeing the area. The police were summoned, and Turner was pronounced at hospital. Johnson subsequently turned himself into the police and was charged. His court date is being finalized. JLP says it fully supports CLARKE in SSL crisis. The ruling Jamaica Labour Party JLP is accusing the opposition People's National Party PNP of attempting to politicize the current crisis affecting investment firm Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL. SSL is currently under multi-agency investigation over an alleged multi-billion-dollar fraud. The JLP is accusing the PNP and its supporters of attempting to compromise the investigations. JLP General Secretary Dr. Horace Clarke, in a media statement this morning, said the party stands firm with Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke in managing this crisis. Clarke days ago acknowledged that his office received a report from the Financial Services Commission FSC on SSL in April 2020, but he said it was never brought to his attention. During a policy address last Monday, Clarke insisted that, as Minister of Finance and the Public Service, neither the FSC Board of Commissioners, nor the FSC Executive Director, nor any person from the FSC has ever raised stocks and securities with me in any way. The FSC regulates investment houses. Clarke also said Audley Shaw, his predecessor, has indicated that he was not aware of any reports on SSL. But it was later confirmed that almost 3 years ago, the FSC did send a document to Clarke highlighting some of SSL's financial troubles. The PNP has blasted Clarke and has called for him to be fully transparent with the public, but the JLP has pushed back. What has become clear is that this fraudulent activity has been taking place over 13 years, spanning several administrations. It is disappointing but not surprising that the PNP is seeking relevance on this treacherous alleged theft. Their actions are short-sighted and dangerous, he charged. Chang added, the PNP should know that the Financial Services Commission FSC is operationally independent and the law provides no role for the minister in supervisory matters. We commend Minister Clarke for the very decisive, open and transparent approach he's taken to the management of this. According to Chang, the government has shown that it will leave no stone unturned in ensuring that responsible people are held to account. We support Mr. Clarke's announcement last week that he has written requesting international forensic experts that Jamaica is willing to pay for, and that previous to this announcement, assistance from the FBI had also been sought. He continued, instead of being an impediment, the PNP would do well, in the interest of Jamaica, to partner with the government to fix clearly systematic gaps in the financial sector that span administrations. The government is doing what is right by creating institutional safeguards to prevent the current crisis from recurring. Chang asserted that the current posture and actions of the PNP risk undermining confidence in Jamaica's financial sector, both locally and internationally. This is not a time for political one-upmanship or point scoring. They must recognize that their actions and that of their surrogates do nothing to move Jamaica forward. Chaos at traffic court as hundreds of motorists trying to clear outstanding tickets. Hundreds of motorists braved the scorching sun and lengthy wait to clear outstanding traffic tickets on the penultimate day of the reprieve period and ahead of the February 1 implementation date for the new Road Traffic Act. The lines of people stretched as far as the eye could see along Melbourne Road and onto South Camp Road. Police officers were kept busy as they attempted to maintain order while a crush of people gathered at the gate of the facility, eager to have their matter dealt with. Deputy Superintendent Linval Phoenix was forced to address the rowdy crowd in an attempt to calm frayed nerves. No, the system in and of itself, ladies and gentlemen, is not perfect, but they're working towards perfection. So therefore, I'm imploring each and every one of you, just please remain calm, try to be orderly, follow the instructions of the police, and we'll try to ensure that everyone will be dealt with, he told the crowd. Up to midday, Deputy Commissioner of Police Clifford Blake was still on location assessing the situation. DCP Blake said there had been a number of complaints reaching his office about the chaotic scenes at the traffic court. He said he would have more information once an assessment of the issues was done. Several of the motorists who spoke expressed frustration at the measures implemented to have the outstanding tickets cleared. One motorist, Philip Curtis, suggested that it would have made more sense to use a bigger venue with several judges to have the matter speedily dealt with. Use the stadium, use the Sabina Park, use places where can accommodate crowd, carry the judge them there. Don't even bother tell no court they try them one time, he proposed. Another motorist, who gave his name as Lewin, said he wasn't aware that he had outstanding tickets because he always made sure to clear his obligations. Me's a man who's a coward man when it comes to ticket and something. So as me get the ticket me pay, so I don't know where this for. And then run me license over and over upon the road and me never see this yet, he lamented. The Court Administration Division has asked motorists who have paid tickets that are still shown as being in arrears to email their name, TRN and receipt, where possible, to service@cad.gov.jm. NIC brings improved water supply to Trelawney farmers. Some 130 farmers in Clarkstown, Trelawney and surrounding areas are to benefit from improved access to water as the National Irrigation Commission NIC has commissioned a new well to serve farming communities. The farmers operate on lands leased from the Sugar Company of Jamaica, SCJ. NIC official Wayne Barnett told a meeting with farmers in Clarkstown. The well, with a production capacity of 9,000 gallons per minute, is now ready at the Clarkstown ramp. This is a step in our effort to help farmers with much-needed water, said Barnett. Barnett further told the farmers that the water will be offered at a much cheaper rate. The water will be provided at $99 per cubic meter. We're going further in providing help to your farmers. A 4,480 gallons water truck is being procured to reduce transportation costs, Barnett added. Vincent Blair at SCJ welcomed the news. We are farmers who lease lands, but have struggled to find water at a reasonable rate. They can now farm all year round even when the drought is on. Alwyn Henry is among the farmers pleased with the development. I now purchase water at an exorbitant rate to water my okra and Scotch bonnet pepper. It is good news, and will even get better when the truck arrives, Henry said. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.